What is up, beautiful readers? It's Sky, and we're here with a 24-hour reading vlog. What is up, you guys? How are you doing? So I'm gonna set you down. My arm's getting tired. But it's Labor Day weekend, and I thought instead of doing my typical weekend reading vlog, how about we spice it up a little bit? Because as I film this, it is Sunday evening, so it's about 5 o'clock, and I don't have to work tomorrow. So I thought, you know what? Let's spice up the channel a little bit and do a 24-hour readathon. So what we're gonna do here is I was blessed with a gift card from a birthday. My birthday was in August, and I have not used it yet. I don't want to use the whole thing, but I do want to pick up Spy Family Volume 4 for sure, and maybe get something else. I'm not sure, but you know, get a little pumpkin spice latte, live my best life. So that's what we're gonna do. How this is gonna work is we're gonna go book shopping, and then when I come back, the readathon will begin. Before we get into like the book shopping part of this vlog, I wanted to kind of give you an update on what I potentially will read. So I am 150 pages into When We Were Bright and Beautiful by Jillian Madoff. This is actually my August book of the month pick, and I do not like this book as of right now. I do not DNF books, but if I did, I would have let this go. This is just not for me, but I'm gonna see how it ends. I'm halfway through, so I have about 150 pages left. It's very short, easy, quick to read, 300-page book. It's just not something that I like at the moment. So yeah, we're gonna try to finish this tonight because I want to be done with it. I also am hoping to read Spy Family Volume 4. And then next, I'm not sure. I might read something that I pick up at the bookstore. I might read something I already have. I don't know. What I do know is we're gonna have a great time. Also, people on BookTube have been filming these 24-hour reading vlogs in a very interesting way. What I mean by that is some people will just do a time limit, meaning if I start at 7, I'll finish at 7 the next day. Some people actually time themselves to read for 24 hours straight. And seeing as I'm an adult and I have a pretty demanding job, I don't think I can like time myself to read 24 hours, but I can definitely do the, if I start at 7, I'll end at 7 kind of thing. So depending on what time I get back from Barnes & Noble, we'll start there and see how the vlog takes us. But I'm really excited to film this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I don't think I'm going to film too much in Barnes & Noble. I might show the store, some shelves, but I don't know. Filming in public is just something I'm trying to get used to. But yeah, I'm really excited to film this, and I hope you guys have a great time. If you read anything over the Labor Day weekend, please let me know. And I also wanted to say that yesterday I had a 4-hour reading sprint on the channel, and it was so much fun. So I'm gonna link it here if you guys wanted to maybe catch up on some reading at some point over the week. Join the recorded live sprint now, but it was so much fun, and I'm definitely going to start doing those every other weekend. So be on the lookout for that because it was so much fun, and I just really appreciate everyone joining. But yeah, 24-hour reading vlog. I'm so excited. Let's go grab a pumpkin spice latte from Barnes & Noble with my gift card. Let's go buy some books and thank God for an extra day of rest. Amen. Amen. goods are acquired, people. The goods have been acquired. I can't wait to talk to you about the books I got. Hi friends, we are back, as you can tell from Barnes & Noble. I got my bag here. It is about 7. So I'm gonna show you guys a quick little haul of what I got. I ended up spending, so I had my gift card. So I got a coffee and a cookie for later. Well, a pumpkin spice latte. And then I got 4 books and all 4 books ended up totaling out at $46 even, because I also do have a Barnes & Noble membership, so I get an extra discount on top of the gift card. Not spending my own money, we love that, so blessings for that. So yeah, spent 46 bucks and I'm gonna show you what I got. I'm really excited about it, so we're gonna get into it. So the first thing is I got volume 4 in Spy Family, which I'm so excited about because at the end of 3, of course, Anya was talking about how she wanted a dog. So I'm assuming this is the dog. This manga is just so cute. So I'm really excited to read this and continue the story. And then I have a YA fantasy book. I got Carvalh by Stephanie Garber, and I was really influenced to pick this up by Amanda from Book Lover Amanda and Lindsay. They both said this was pretty good, and Lindsay's actually currently reading Finale, which is the 3rd book in the series. And this book has been out for a long time. It's been all over BookTube, and I just have been hesitant to pick it up. But my friend Jen also recommended this book to me so many times. Like, she's probably told me to read this book for years, and I know she liked it as well. So yeah, we're gonna get into this and we're going to enjoy that YA fantasy thing. I love YA fantasy. It's like my bread and butter. YA fantasy, YA dystopian, absolutely. Then the next 2 things that I got are Christian fiction, kind of. So I definitely got a Christian fiction. I got In a Far Off Land by Stephanie Lansom, and this cover, first of all, gorgeous. And I have an affinity for the 1920s. And this just sounded so good, and I'm just really looking forward to reading it. So I guess I'll read the back. As the Great Depression hits the Midwest, Minerva Sinclair runs away to Hollywood, determined to make it big and save the family farm. But beauty and moxie don't pay the bills in Tinseltown, and she's caught in a downward spiral of poverty, desperation, and compromise. Finally, she's about to sign with a major studio and make up for it all. Instead, she wakes up next to a dead film star and is on the run for a murder she didn't commit. Let's keep going. Only 2 unwilling men, Oscar, a Mexican gardener in danger of deportation, and Max, a too handsome agent battling his own demons, can help Mina escape corrupt police on the take and the studio big shots trying to frame her. Alone, penniless, and carrying a shameful secret, Mina faces the consequences of the heartbreaking choices that brought her to ruin, and just might bring her back to where she belongs. A story about the price of fame, the truth sacrificed on its altar, and the love that brings a prodigal daughter home. What? Are you kidding me? That sounds amazing. So, yes, this is Christian fiction, historical fiction, so really looking forward to that. Then this I was influenced to get because Chrissy is currently reading this series, and it is the Dragons in Our Midst series by Brian Davis. This is a YA Christian fantasy, and I am so excited about this because I have never read Christian fantasy, whether that's Ted Decker. He's like the big name that everyone talks about in Christian fantasy. I haven't read any of it. I want to, I just haven't picked anything up. So this official will be my first Christian fantasy. Well, I guess I take that back because C.S. Lewis, I guess, would be considered fantasy as well as Lord of the Rings. So, I mean, take it with a grain of salt, I guess. But yeah, YA Christian fantasy, really excited. I'm going to read the back. Outcasts Billy and Bonnie must come together to preserve a secret legacy more than a millennium in the making. They find their lives turned upside down when they are thrust into a war against evil. A war they didn't even know was being waged. Their newly formed friendship is tested and shaped as they are forced to fight a malevolent, I'll put it there, you guys know what I'm saying, who wields a powerful medieval weapon and is intent on exterminating their dragon heritage forever. Raising Dragons is a hair-raising modern-day Arthurian adventure and a glimpse into another world filled with knights, dragons, and fair maidens fighting to destroy evil. And what's cool is my Barnes & Noble actually had the entire series, so if I really like it, I can keep going at it. So really, really looking forward to that. Great haul, I think. I'm really excited about the books that I got in this haul. Now we're gonna get into my plans for the readathon because we have to get that started. So it's 7 and I have not eaten dinner yet, but I'm not really that hungry. I might eat a little bit later. I'm just gonna make myself some ramen, and I have some cucumbers soaking in rice vinegar. So I'm gonna eat that for dinner. So this is my plan. I'm currently I started the first book in the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb, and I really want to keep reading this. I'm taking my time with it. So my plan is to because I'm annotating it thoroughly as well. Like you can see here, each color means a different thing, and I really want to just enjoy this and take my time with it. I annotated all of this in the first chapter. So I'm really excited about it. So I was thinking maybe to read a chapter of this and then go to another book, read 50 pages, read another, just kind of go back and forth. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read chapter 2 in the Assassin's Apprentice. Then seeing how I feel, I might cook myself some dinner, and then I'm going to read 50 pages. So my goals before I go to sleep tonight is to finish this book. I have 150 pages left. I can totally do it. Read Spy Family Volume 4, and then maybe read 2 to 3 chapters in Assassin's Apprentice. If I finish When We Were Bright and Beautiful, I am very tempted to pick up one of these books that I just got. I also have the books on my TBR. I have The Hawthorne Legacy, which is the second book in the Inheritance games. I have New Moon. I could read a section in my Alice biography. So we have a lot of options, but I'm looking at these and I'm like, I might start Carvalh. I don't know. I'm really excited. I don't think I'm gonna pick up In a Far Off Land. It seems kind of heavy, and I kind of want to keep things light for the 24 hours. So if anything, I might pick up Raising Dragons or Carvalh, but we'll see when we get to that. Right now, I kind of have my hands tied with these ones. So by tonight, hopefully, I will have read the top 2 and then gotten a few chapters into that. So yeah, let's get this readathon started, and I'll catch up with you guys later this evening. Good morning. So as you saw, I did not update you last night, but it is 9:30 here in my neck of the woods, and I'm here with a little update on my vlog. So the plans that I talked about last night, did I complete them? No. I did get some reading done for sure. And see, when I was younger, I used to be able to read in bed. Now that I'm inching my way to my mid-30s, I could read maybe a good 20 to 30 pages before I start falling asleep while I read. So that's what happened to me last night. But we're gonna go ahead and get into what I read and then talk about my plans for today, because I basically have up until 7 tonight. So I have at least 8 to 9 hours where I can get some reading done. So let's talk about what we're gonna do. First things first, I did read a chapter in The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. So I'm now on chapter 3, and this book is so good. So the chapters are about 20 pages, so it's a pretty decent sized chapter, and I'm annotating, so it takes me it takes me a while to read a chapter, which I'm not complaining about. I'm taking my time. It's just so immersive, and I love fantasy. I really, really do. So this is right on the nose for me, my bread and butter, so thank you, Chrissy, for recommending the Hobb effect, because the Hobb effect is real. So the first thing that I'm going to do this morning is read chapter 3 in this, and chapter 3, again, I believe it's about 20 pages. Yep, 20 pages. So I'm gonna read chapter 3, and then last night I read about 80 pages in When We Were Bright and Beautiful, and so there's 3 parts of the book so far that I can tell. The first part, you're getting introduced to the characters, the sexual assault trial, and getting to know the family and the family dynamics. It's very toxic. The second part is all about Cassie, our main character, and it was so insufferably boring, and like, she's so unlikable and just whiny and selfish. It was so hard to read. And then now we're in part 3 where we're getting into the trial, so it's definitely way more engaging. And I'm like, last night when I was in bed, when I got to part 3 finally, I was so invested in the trial part. Like, I wasn't even, sometimes when I'm reading I can be like, oh, what page am I on? I'm reading, but like when we got to the trial part, I was just flipping pages and reading and reading and reading, and I was like, okay, this part's pretty engaging. But yesterday, that's how I read this much of this book yesterday, and I wanted to finish so badly, but like, I just didn't. So I have about 90 pages left in this book, and it's gonna fly. Like, I already know it's gonna fly, so I am interested to see how it ends, but I don't necessarily know if I recommend this book to anybody because it is a lot. Comes to Spy Family Volume 4, didn't read that. So my plan is to officially finish this. I think I have it right here, Spy Family Volume 4, okay? And I want to finish another book today. Like, I really want to finish a whole novel. The only thing is, I don't know which one. Breaking Time, which is Sasha Alsberg's book, I actually am overdue on that from the library, so I kind of need to read that. But I wanted to do a dedicated vlog for that, so I might film that over the week so I can get that turned in by the weekend. But I'm like, do I read Carvalh? Can I finish this today? I have The Hawthorne Legacy, which is the second book in the Inheritance Game series that I also can read. Do I start another fantasy? You know, the possibilities are endless. But before we get there, we have things we gotta finish. And I have decided that in between books, so I'm gonna read a chapter, finish this, read a chapter, read this, read a chapter, so this is going to be woven in between everything. So as I finish books and get things done, you'll get updates. So that's what we got. Thanks for being here. Hope you guys are having a great Labor Day weekend, and yeah, I'm excited to read today. Yay! Hello. So it is 3 o'clock and I'm coming to you with a little update. I have read a chapter in Assassin's Apprentice and it was awesome. Thoroughly enjoying my time with this, so yes, really happy I'm reading that. And then I finished this book. So I'm rating this book 1 star, and as I said, I do not recommend this book. This book is littered with trigger warnings, and it's not something I think anybody should read because there's no purpose behind it. Maybe if they took the main talking points and had some sort of lesson or redemption style story where people learn from their mistakes, I could get behind it. But that's not what happened. So let me just read you. I think I've read this before already in this video. The page after the dedication says, "And above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins." So we're starting this book with the Bible verse. Okay, this book has so many trigger warnings of child abuse, grooming, sexual assault, the R part of sexual assault, manipulation, the list goes on. And nobody learns a thing. So I rated this 1 star. And I'm looking at the 1 star ratings because I need someone to help me say what I'm feeling because I don't have the words. So one of these reviews has the words that I don't. So I'm just going to read this to you. This book was icky. I'm not really sure what the author was trying to accomplish here. She said in the author's note that she was writing this as the Me Too movement was coming to light, and she decided to stick with her central sexual storyline. Unfortunately, she didn't hit this one home. It was gross and upsetting. No one was vindicated, no one learned a lesson, no one got the help they needed. A lot of the plot made sense, but I struggled with relevance, especially when it pertained to the trial. On top of that, I felt like for most of the book, I was not privy to any dialogue between the characters. I feel like I had just walked into a conversation with no context 80% of the time. I think the author wanted to spotlight the grooming methods predators use to emotionally manipulate young girls to get them to consent. So I guess that was enlightening yet disturbing. Somebody else. I don't even care about spoiling this book because I don't. So if you want to read it, just skip to the next. I'll put chapters, so just skip. But you're in this trial. The person who sexually assaulted someone actually did do it. But the whole book, you're told that he did it because you're told that he's a good, upstanding kid. So the whole book is unreliably narrating this kid to you when he actually did sexually assault her. In the end, his family covered for him and he gets off as non-guilty, and the girl who got sexually assaulted has to live with that, and the mother's covering, his whole family covered up for her mother, everybody included. I just don't read this book. You don't want to be disrespectful because somebody did take the time to write this, and I could have read something else. I don't understand the point was. And to start with the Bible verse, I think that's where I'm having a hard time, because why did you put that Bible verse at the beginning of the book? That's what infuriates me, because there was no lessons learned. As a Christian, yes, Jesus saves us from our sin, and yes, he died for every sin. No matter, and as a human, it's hard to understand, how could Jesus die for somebody who groomed a child or sexually assaulted a woman? Those are hard questions, but I am not God, but I know he died for those people. And I know that if someone were to genuinely look at their mistakes, see what they did wrong, and attempt to move forward, God would be 100% behind that. But this book didn't address that at all. All these people just got away with doing whatever they wanted. Now, granted, the dad did get arrested, but what was the point of the verse? And nobody learned anything. Nobody went to therapy. Nobody talked about their struggles. There was no, someone who has been groomed needs to go to therapy. Nothing like that happened. I don't understand what the point was. So why put the Bible verse? Because nobody talks about what they did wrong. There is no accountability. There is no remorse. There's no apology. Nobody said an apology at all. There was no apology on either side. So I'm just supposed to assume that, because, I put the Bible verse, love covers a multitude of sins. No, it doesn't work that way. There's a consequence for our actions. That's laid out in the Bible. We don't just do what we want because we're a Christian. It's not how it works. We have consequences for our actions. And in this book, there were no consequences. I'm done. I can't. I just don't read this. What am I going to do next? So, sorry. I am, of course, going to read Spy Family Volume 4 to cleanse my palate. Because, I need a palate cleanser. So we're gonna, first I need to read a chapter in this, and then we will read this, and then we'll read another chapter in this, and then it might be close to 7 then. So I might not finish another book, but that's okay. I can at least start something, but I feel like I just came in hot, but I'm mad, if you couldn't tell. So let's get into some fantasy, because we're moving forward. Hi. What is an outro? I don't think I know, because it is now Tuesday night and the 24 Readathon is about 24 hours over. Like it's been a day since I finished, and I haven't updated you. But I think you'll enjoy this update because, you know, we have had some progress in the reading. I did read a little bit more. I just didn't tell you what it was I read. So let's get into that. Starting with Assassin's Apprentice. So I ended up reading 3 chapters in this book in the 24 hours. I am on chapter 5 now, and you can see I've annotated quite a bit. Yeah, I have this really in-depth system here. I cannot speak enough about this book. I am having such a good time, and I cannot, every time I take it with me everywhere. I may not read it, but I take it with me just in case I have the time to get a chapter in. I took it with me to work today. I didn't have time to read, but it's just always there, and it's on my desk so I can look at it and see if I have time, we're gonna pick it up. Then I actually did finish Spy Family Volume 4, 5 out of 5 stars. This was so cute. We got to meet their new dog, the family's new dog, and I'm not gonna say anything about it, but so cute. I am having such a good time reading this. I am nervous to read Volume 3 though, because a lot of people have rated that one lower than they typically do, and that's because if you could look at the cover, the brother's on there, and if you've read Spy Family, you know that brother, he's a little pricey. So, yeah, not looking forward to that one. And then, as you guys saw, I also finished When We Were Bright and Beautiful, and I do not own that book anymore. So I literally went to Half Price Books today after work and got rid of some books on my shelf. You can kind of see my shelf right now. There's a lot of holes and gaps. I just got rid of a lot of things that I just was never going to read or just didn't want on my shelf. Kind of gave me the icks. So that book gone. She gone. I have had her maybe less than a week. But we got monies, so that's great. Got to make some money back from that. But that's going to be it. I am really, really happy to do this. I definitely will have a better game plan when it comes to filming my updates. I was just like really engaged with Robin Hobb, and then I really wanted to finish that other book. I think I just have to pick better books next time because the other one made me so angry. Well, not angry, it was just frustrating, you know, and you never want a book that makes you feel that way. You want to have fun when you read, and that book just frustrated me. So yeah, that's going to be my 24-hour reading blog. I hope you had a good time. Thanks again for taking the time to watch the video, and please let me know in the comment section a book that you read over Labor Day weekend, and let me know your favorite fall drink. Apple cider, PSL, I don't know, a little cider tea, cinnamon tea. Let me know. I would love to know your favorite drink, but I'm gonna go. It's kind of late here on Tuesday, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Do not forget that you are so loved by God and your life has a purpose, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.